Hello my loves and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be diving into what your current reputation is. All right, we're going to be seeing what the word on the street is, the word online, all of that. Okay, I don't lie in my readings. I don't want the spiritual police after me. Okay, so we're gonna try to focus on the positive things, but if some negative things come out, I'm not gonna lie to you. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to this channel. All right, check out my links. I do give personal readings. I'm not hopping in your DMs. Those are scammers. Call the internet feds like I did. I also have a Mercury in retrograde reading that I just put on my Patreon, so go check that out if you want to. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Hello, group number one, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to look at what your current reputation is, all right? What are people, saying? The good things mainly, but we are also going to pick up on any warnings, all right? But we're mainly seeing what your current energy and just like your era in life is like giving off, what type of energy is giving off. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with my tarot cards, and then we are going to get oracle cards as needed. Ooh, some of you might be feeling a little anxious around this reading. Maybe we all need to do a collective mini stretch, okay? Just stretch some things out, all right? Understanding our reputation can be really nerve-wracking, obviously, but at the same time, I think it helps you build confidence. You can see how silly people's negative thoughts are on you and, understand that you're valid in your experiences and, being the bad bee that you are. But yeah, let's go ahead and see. All right. My mouth, I kid you not, started burning randomly. Someone has the hots for you, and a card did jump up when I was shuffling, just jumped. You have one person in particular who is very hot for you. They're asking about you, they're telling people, they're asking do you know anything about this person, more on this person. So yeah, somebody is I just keep hearing and feeling like chili pepper. Hot chili peppers. So you have a secret admirer, so maybe you're looking better than usual lately. Ace of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Somebody wants you. I'm hearing one person in particular, but so far the overall image and reputation is you have that certain fire about you. I think some people, this isn't 18 plus necessarily. I guess it is 18 plus. Some people feel like you are hot in the bedroom, okay? So, you give off this siren type of energy, all right? And I feel like people might also be saying or assume that you have a lot of partners, okay? Not even necessarily physical partners, but you go on multiple dates, or that it's really hard to kind of tie you down, okay? You might have this reputation of being just a heartbreaker, even if you're not. Again, this is kind of how people are perceiving you, right? So we can kind of see how that's lining up with how we actually are. But yeah, people are definitely being I don't even know if I'm worthy for group number one, because I feel like they would break my heart so easily. And I feel I don't know. I feel there's some validity there, y'all. I feel you might be really out here breaking people's souls. But, let's keep going. Your cards keep jumping. What is going on? Okay, Queen of Swords, yeah. Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords. Yeah, you have this energy of, I am not afraid to take out the trash. And trash for you can even mean people. Okay, so some of you might have even cut your family off, all right, or you've cut off a lot of friends in the past. And so people know not to, mess around with your energy. I heard turn you inside out. Yeah, people know hey, if I screw this opportunity up. And the thing is, I think that you're fair. I think that you look at things from a bird's eye perspective, bird's eye view, and you are fair. And that's why people kind of run for the hills when they do you wrong, because they know that you were not in the wrong. They were in the wrong. Okay. But yeah, you have some people who are a bit afraid of you. Like, first of all, I think something about your beauty is intimidating. Okay, you could have those like intimidating eyes, or you could do your eyeliner very siren-like, which is intimidating. But people just kind of look at you like, I even hear some people are wondering what's going on in your head. Okay, so you might be a little bit more quiet. You have this reputation of kind of keeping to yourself. Okay, I heard keeping your legs crossed. So you could sit in a particular way, or maybe you're just like, you also give kind of like this bougie vibe off. Okay, even if you grew up poor, you know, I feel like a lot of people who grew up poor become bougie, but you know, you have this reputation of knowing your worth, and it drives other people insane in good and bad ways. All right. You have Queen of Cups here. I heard like you get what you want. You do get what you want. You're known to be a very driven person. Okay, so I feel like you have a lot of accomplishments under your belt. I heard leadership. You might have had a lot of leadership roles, or people feel like you could be a strong leader. I heard that you don't want to be a leader. I heard that you could kind of be someone who does want to sit on the sidelines, but you naturally just draw energy, and you naturally attract people. A lot of magnetism to you. Okay, it's kind of like I'm getting that image of, you know, Fiona from Shrek. Y'all know I love Shrek. I love cartoons in general. But she, like before Shrek comes, she's just kind of sitting in a tower, just kind of being like, I'm just here, blase, blase, blase. Like, you could be known to look bored a lot of the times. Okay, like, and I feel like it's because you're bored. You feel like you can't find a lot of people on your level, people who have stimulating conversation. You might have gone to good schools, okay, or education is just something that you value. Okay, you could be a person who always has their nose in a book. All right, I heard research. So maybe you could do research. Maybe you could just like to do research on different things, or you're a person who likes to gather all of the information before you make a decision. Again, that leads back to people really believing that you would be a great leader. Okay, let's keep going. Somebody is heartbroken. I'm hearing that one song. I don't know why it's in my head. What is it? I'm coming back, just let me go. Whatever that is. Somebody doesn't want you to let them go. Maybe they ghosted you and came back and they want a second chance. It's like someone really is in their like pity energy, and I'm just like, well, maybe you shouldn't have done what you did to make this person upset in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Meaning they shouldn't have made you upset. Magician card. I want a clarifier for that one. And the Lovers just came out in reverse. I'm going to take it. And then you had the World card here. Okay, the World card was supposed to clarify the Magician with the Lovers in reverse. What is going on? Okay, so this person might feel as though you put a love spell on them, or you could have done a love spell that went wrong. So you have people out here thinking that you put love spell. I'm laughing because it's like, this is why you can't be telling people you do what, I mean, you can, I don't care what you do, but it's really hard when you tell people you do witchcraft, because then they think that you put a spell on them, and it's like, you can literally, like, if you're a person who always assumes someone else did a spell on you, you know you can bewitch your own self by thinking that. Like, should I tell y'all this quick story? I had this girl, okay, I'm laughing because it's ridiculous. I've lost like a lot of weight if you follow my TikTok. And this girl came and she said, I gained like 80 pounds, but you lost 80 pounds. You did witchcraft on me. I'm like, bitch, I did not do witchcraft on you at all. So you might have some people being like, oh my God, they put a spell on me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. Someone envies your job. You might have a good job, or you're known to like be able to get jobs really quickly. Like you're the type of person who could walk into an interview and just get it. Okay. No preparation or nothing. You just got it. You might have people also saying that you're highly connected, but I feel like you're more of a loner. Okay. But you, excuse my cat in the background, opening, slamming cabinets. But I feel like you have people thinking, hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Sorry about that. But yes, people might feel as though that you are well connected because of how easily you can get jobs. But no, it's just like you're actually good at what you do, an expert in what you do. Let's get some oracle cards. Okay, let's get some soul flower cards. What's happening here with your reputation? Okay. You have a Campanula, which is alignment. All right. People think that you're very just like focused, okay? Like you could be a person who could work for hours on end, okay? Or maybe you just like have always done well in school. I'm hearing people think that you're an overachiever. All right. You also have independence, which is bleeding heart. I actually ordered some bleeding heart essence recently. But yeah, people kind of look at you like the full package. I think also like your partners kind of like you because, how do I put this? I don't want to, okay, they think that you're good arm candy. Okay, you have a reputation of being good arm candy. But, you know, I think that you run into problems with that because you're looking for more than just being somebody's arm candy, you know? But yeah, men specifically, no matter, you know, who you date, but men specifically think that you would be good arm candy or that they would look good with you. You know, beware of a dusty. Okay, we don't want those. Okay. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but you know, I think every woman deserves a really tapped in partner. Okay. Let's go ahead and see. You have creation, which is manifester. Yeah, you have people definitely thinking that you're some type of witch out here. You have people thinking that you like have a cauldron. Your coworker specifically, if there's a coworker that you don't like, I feel like they might be spreading some type of rumor about you. I'm just going to be honest. All right. They might, you know, be spreading these rumors. They are spreading these rumors because they're jealous, but they might want a position that you currently have, right? If you're unemployed, this could just be past energy. Take it how it resonates. But yeah, you definitely have people who are like, they're a witch. You have alchemy that just came out, which is choices. And then you have divine feminine, which is the void. Yeah, you definitely have people who think that you're a witch. And also with the void card here, I'm going to need a clarifier for that one as well. I'm going to get a tarot card for that, actually, because that is a bit confusing to me. Seven of Swords. Yeah, someone, like, you have people thinking that you, like, heavily, like, do witchcraft on them. And let them think whatever you want, whatever they want, okay? Like, as long as you're protected and you're protecting yourself, like, continue to do you. Like, some of you might wear some type of amulet or some type of necklace, and it's so protected that this is why some people are being like, oh, like, group number 1 is bewitching everybody. It's like, no, you're just trying to stay in your lane, stay within your energy, and then everyone is like all around you with all of these annoying and problematic assumptions. And it's not problematic to be assumed as a witch, but I think it's bad to assume that people are trying to harm you when they're not, okay? Also, excuse my crazy cat in the background yet again. Let's keep going, okay? Justice card here. All right. And then this is the Six of Pentacles. Sorry, I had to pause for a second. That's interesting. So I feel like you delegate, I don't want to say karma, but you delegate consequences very fairly. Okay, so even if you are doing some type of baneful work, you don't do it unless it's necessary. And Like, when I say necessary, I mean like absolutely necessary. Okay? Like, you're not going to just go out here and even do, like, you wouldn't even do a freezer jar. I don't even consider freezer jars baneful. Some people do, I don't. But you wouldn't even be out here doing that unless it was absolutely needed. Like, I even see the need for you to be a little bit more assertive, honestly, because it's like, it's weird because I feel like the energy that you give off, like, it just makes people really intimidated, and you shouldn't change because of that. But it's fascinating because the energy I'm picking up on is like a rather peaceful person. Like, I even think that you want to really help people. You really want to help people. You could be in some type of helping field, but you're more of a helper than a instigator and blocker, like road blocker. You know what I'm saying? Again, when you start shining brightly, you be burning other people's eyes unintentionally. You know, the sun doesn't mean to be as bright as it is, but it is. And we just got to put on sunglasses for it. Okay? Why did I put your cards back? Interesting. Let's get some cosmic cards, because that's the only deck we haven't used yet. Let's see what the constellation and the cosmos are saying. Okay. Ecstasy, which is Aquarius. You could be Aquarius, and then number 11. And then you have Taurus, sisterhood, number 2. Yeah, you could have been cursed with bad friend groups in the past, okay? People you thought you were really close to, and, you know, their envy took them over. All right. You might also be getting a call from a sister very soon, or someone who was sister-like to you. So be on the lookout for that. But you have awe/ecstasy. Like, if you are in the public eye a lot, I know I like probably have some content creators on here. Like, you have people who are trying to like model their looks after you. Could be a model. Like, I feel like something's very beautiful about you, group number 1, not to kiss your, you know what, but you're very attractive, and like something about your style people want to emulate. And you'd be surprised, like, why do you think that the Kardashians do so well? They have the power of influence. If you have the power of influence, like, people are naturally going to copy you. And I know that's very annoying. Like, when people copy me, I'm just like, you know, there's a lot of originality in the world, but it's like, I get it. You know, we all copy somebody, and it can be really annoying, especially if we are hated for what we do and people emulate it and we're like, what is going on? But, you know, take that as a compliment. Okay, when people copy you. Now, if they're stealing from you, that's different. But if people are copying you, just be like, you know what? I'm happy I could be an inspiration to you. Because the more powerful you get, the more you step into your confidence, you are going to have people who are just jealous. They're just jealous of you. And there's not much that you can do besides protect yourself, understand your truth, your power, your experience, and move on from that. But, yeah, again, I want to see who this stalkery type of person is, okay? Because I put the cards back, so it's kind of going to be like a fresh reading for that. But I want to see, because this person, the energy keeps popping up. Who is this person? The Empress. And then 4 of Wands, 4 of Cups. You could have had a long relationship with this person. Okay, if the stalker energy has been resonating for you, you had a long, serious relationship. I even see that you were going to get married, you were married, or something with marriage. Okay, or this person was heavily considering marrying you, and then y'all separated for whatever reason. This person cannot get you off their mind. If you did a love spell on them, honey, it worked too well. We have to realize sometimes we put in our spell requests, and it takes 6 to 8 business months to come to fruition. If you're in limerence, though, if you're prone to limerence, ignore that. Okay, I don't want you back in that. But yeah, don't go back to this person. I'm hearing don't go back to this person. Okay, but this person is really caught up on you. You have optimism, which is barrage. All right. Yeah, when you met this person, like the beginning of that relationship could have been very spontaneous. Okay, maybe rose colored glasses, could have been a karmic situation you were dealing with. But she could have been someone, this could have been when you were younger too, like maybe your first love as well. This person is randomly thinking about you, especially like as we get older, y'all. Like I'm 28, I'm old. I'm not old, but I'm old for the internet. Like you have to realize like what's going to happen. Like you're gonna start thinking, you're gonna and reminiscing on the past. Like that's what old people do. So say for instance y'all were like had a 5 year age gap and you're like 30 or 30 something now. Like that's the time, the age period or time period where people start reminiscing a lot. So your first love could be thinking about you. But don't go back to this energy. I'm hearing you're done with it. It's old. It's not for you in the future. But yeah, like overall, like your reputation is really one of you command power, you're not to be messed with, okay? Strong intellect, all right? But people gossip about you a good amount. And that's something that is hard to deal with, but also we can transmute energy, like I always say. So if you want to, go ahead and take that energy and focus it into your finances, your love life, your whatever you're trying to grow, do that. And how you can do that is you feel those rumors on you. Like we can literally feel it in our energy. Okay, you take that and you put that into your work. Okay, cleanse it and everything like that, but you really just want to grow yourself. Okay, grow that strong shield. All right, because we're always going to have to deal with haters. Even if I think some of us like purposely dim ourselves down so much because we can't deal with the hate. And even if we're at our lowest, we'll have people hating on us and wanting what we have, because that's just how the world works, especially in darker times. And these are dark times. Like, it's what's going to happen. It's sad, but it's the truth. Okay, so this is what I have for you, my loves. All right, I do personal readings. I do not hop in your DMs and ask you if you want one. Call the internet police on those people. But yes, this is what I have for you, my loves, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So let's go ahead and dive into it. All right, so we're looking at what your current reputation is, just what people are kind of thinking about you in the moment. Again, we're going to try to remain as positive as possible, but if a warning comes up or something you need to hear that's a little negative, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because what use does that do? So yeah, let's go ahead and see. Okay, I'm going to start with my tarot cards as always. All right, so what is your current reputation, group number 2? I think you're overcoming a lot of addictions. I already heard that. So people see you as someone who has recovered from a lot. All right, you have Justice card. Yeah. I feel like you have made peace with something or someone. Okay, you might have had a lot of drama surrounding your life these past couple of years. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yeah, Ten of Swords, Page of Wands. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that it's kind of like this sigh of relief. People are like, I'm finally happy that so-and-so left this person or so-and-so moved on from this situation. There's someone or something that you left, and a lot of people are secretly praising you for that in the background. They're praising you for leaving this person, leaving this situation. And I feel like you might have left some people behind who are still in that situation, okay? And they're kind of using you as the blueprint. Okay, they're kind of using you as the blueprint to be like, oh, well, if group number 2 did it, then I can do it too, But I definitely see that you become an inspiration. For a lot of you moved out of a town. Maybe you left your town. Maybe you left an area that really wasn't serving you, okay? And you're inspiring other people to do the same. Like, we really don't know how much we inspire other people. Like, I've had people come back to me years later and be like, you inspired me to do X, Y, and Z, and all of these amazing things happened because of it. Obviously, we don't take accountability over other people's successes because we don't want to have our ego in it, right? Like, let's not do that. But we do inspire more people and influence more people than we think, which is why we have to be very careful, especially if we are a person who is in the public eye, a person who is in an influential role. Okay, I never know who I have listening on here, right? So if you're in an influential role, yeah, people definitely look at you as someone who has just wanted better for themselves, but didn't just say they wanted better. They actually took steps towards that. So your reputation is, you've leveled up in a lot of ways. Ooh, my neck hurts for some reason. That might be related to y'all's reading, or it could just be my neck. Okay. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, that's a card of just like, you're tending to something so much. Like, I think of like those plants that need a lot of time and they need a lot of care. Okay, you might have to get one of those fancy light setups and stuff. I'm not saying to get those, but like, you know, this is kind of how it feels. Whatever you're working on, whatever seeds you have planted, it feels like you've been working on this for some of you years. And you are just now starting to see the success from it. And other people are especially seeing the success from it. Again, I feel like a lot of y'all just moved recently. Okay, where you're moved away from something. Okay, I'm definitely seeing that people might think that you are hard to get a hold of. Okay, so you might be the type of person who you don't pick up your phone a lot. There's a lot of missed calls on there, or it's just hard to get a hold of you. That's very interesting. I was looking at my tablecloth and I saw the image, or like it looks like an eye in one of the designs to it. So yeah, you could have a lot of eyes on you right now. If you post on social media, know that a lot of people are watching your social media. You know, make sure you're doing your protections as always. But a lot of people are kind of secretly watching you in the background. Not to make you paranoid, because I think that you're learning how to kind of step into the spotlight and your fear of being seen is going away. Okay, like y'all, the fear of being seen holds so many people back. I think I said this in another reading, like a few days ago or a few weeks ago, whatever. The fear of being seen is so real, and it stops so many people from actually manifesting what they want to manifest. The World card, yeah. I get this image of someone taking their little car and just leaving a town with like a few boxes in the back. For some of you, this just might be your current dream, to like move from a small town. And if that's your current dream, I can tell you it's already happened, meaning it's going to happen if it hasn't happened already. Okay. Yeah, and like this is the thing I've noticed, y'all. People fear what they don't understand, and people fear taking risks. You know, and that's very understandable. Okay. Like the people who I want to say the people who, but I literally did this too. I kind of did this. People who are like, oh, I'm going to be a full-time content creator, and they like quit their jobs and stuff. I didn't quit my job. I had to quit my job because of burnout. So the job had already been quit because I could not function, right? And I was like, you know what? I'll just rely on content creation. It's a big risk, right? But I feel like you're the type of person who is like, you know, even if we end up in our car, you know, I'll thug it out. So you're definitely an inspiration to a lot of people. Especially younger people. I heard something about younger people being inspired. Some of you could be a mom. If you're a mom, you know your kids look up to you, which not, you know, there's a lot of people who don't look up to their parents. So don't just assume that like, oh, of course everyone looks up to, no, that's not true. Let's keep going. You have Sing, which is Omo Oloren. Okay. You have I Love You, which is Future Love Letter. And you have Karma, which is Idaho. Interesting. So I definitely feel like there is kind of like this conversation around, you know, you being the type of person who does what you say that you do what you say that you're going to do. Like you could be a very strong manifester, all right? And that kind of scares people, all right? Definitely people who have wronged you in the past, they could be watching you from, you know, fake accounts or whatever. You know how people do. And they're kind of like, oh wait, like this person said they were gonna, I'm gonna use a very random example. This person said that they were gonna move to California and start a singing career, and look what they did. Oh wait, they also said that they were gonna beat my behind. Are they gonna do that too? So like, you have some people who are a bit nervous over that. Okay. You also have someone who's waiting for a response. Like I said, there's like this thing that keeps coming up of like, you are known to like not answer your phone, or you're known to be very selective with who you talk to. Like, you could be a person who's always on a tight schedule. Like, maybe you're working as you're listening to this, and people just know not to play with your time. That's another part of your reputation. Like, people know, like, hey, like, don't be a time waster with this person because they're not going to deal with it. Right? You're very much like, you don't deal with the BS. Okay? You don't deal with the BS. You could... I don't think that a lot of y'all are like too old, okay? But you could be a little bit older, or just have a lot of like old type of wisdom, because you're like, I'm not dealing with that. And again, I think this is because you've had to overcome so much. Like, you've had to really, attack your demons, your monsters, okay? And learn how to tame them. All right. And so now you know how to deal with the, monsters of the outside world, right? Like, I'll give you an example. Like, I, kept having this flashback of my middle school bully for no reason. And I realized that was one of the first people who made me have a fear of being seen, right? And now when I have those like flashbacks, I yell at that monster, like, no, you will not do that to me. And that's what we have to do sometimes, y'all. When we have flashbacks to the people who told us we couldn't do things, we have to be firm and be like, no, you're not going to hold me back any longer. All right, period. Okay, so we have lightheartedness, which is zinnia. Some of y'all need to take a break, okay? You could be known as a type of person who does not take breaks, all right? You could be the type of person, it's 11 p.m. at night, you're drinking coffee, right? You're drinking coffee so you can work till 4 and sleep for 2 hours before you have to be up again. Make sure you're not burning yourself out, okay? Hustle culture is not admirable, it's dangerous. So make sure you're taking your little breaks, okay? You also have intertwining, which is periwinkle. Okay. Yeah, you learn your lessons from your past and you move on. Y'all, like, some people just keep going back to the same, and I get it. I was there too, but rumination is very dangerous, okay? And that's why when you first start noticing the signs of rumination, you need to go. You need to like get some help, some professional help if you feel like it's needed, okay? You need to do more self-care. Like, I know when I'm burning myself out because I start ruminating about the same thing, okay? Like, certain things are just like a warning to me, like, hey, you're thinking about this thing a lot. Like, okay, this is your sign that you need to take better care of yourself. All right. Self-love. Yeah, Velvet Leaf just came out. Self-love. Again, you might want to do some self-love work, okay? Maybe take a rest and restore day. Take a nice bath or something. Yeah, like, you've accomplished so many goals. Now it's time to actually sit in the goals. Like, we're always worried about what's next. And, that's what our society wants, right? It wants us to constantly want more because that's, overconsumption. It's okay to have big goals and aspirations, but sometimes, not even sometimes, a lot of times we have to take a scale back and be like, why do we want this thing? Is it because we're told that we want this thing? Is it because we're told that we should want it? Like, reevaluating your wants and needs and just being comfortable in the present. Like, y'all have come so far, and old you, like I said, don't ruminate on the past too much, but old you wanted what you have now, and cherish that because that's a old version of yourself who wanted that, and you got it. So what I'm trying to say is, hype yourself up a lot more. Let's get a constellation card. Okay, I'm starting to like this deck a little bit more. I got it from TikTok shop, and like, it was okay, but I'm starting to actually like it a bit more as I use it more. Okay, you have Justice, which is Virgo. You could be a Virgo. This is very Virgo energy. As a fellow Virgo, yeah. Did Justice come out twice for you? I think it did. Yeah, it did. Okay. So, either, okay, if you haven't gotten your lick back, meaning if you haven't gotten justice for whatever situation that you've been going through, you're gonna get it soon. I think a lot of y'all have gotten the justice that you seek, and you're the type of person who's always gonna get your justice, okay? Whether that be healing as your justice, or like actually like somebody wronged you or something wronged you and you're going to overcome it, okay? That is beautiful confirmation. Yes, I felt that strongly. So that could be a court case for some of you. That could just be like a argument or something. You are going to succeed with, getting your point across or getting your justice that you're seeking. Okay, I want to get some more of my Hannah cards. Okay, I wish I could say the name of this deck on here. Cloud Meditation, which is look up. All right, like I said, I think a lot of you are really seeing that you're stepping into, I always go off, like this is supposed to be about your reputation, but it's all, aligned. People see that you are becoming more of yourself. You're becoming more self-expressive. Okay. So many goals are being met at your time, especially because spring has just started. In spring, things are blossoming. Okay. We're planting seeds. We're also seeing things sprouting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of you, you could be known to be very, in tune with nature as well. People might see you as someone who is always out in nature. That's probably why that Virgo card popped up. But very grounded type of person. Something about your stare too. You could have a very serious type of gaze. All right, I'm seeing someone with very deep set eyes. All right. Excuse me, y'all. I had to burp a little bit. That's confirmation, a confirmation burp. Or it could just be my tea that I had. Let's get one more constellation card, and then we will wrap up. You have Retribution, which is Scorpius. Okay, interesting. That's also the number 8. So, yeah, just know all the goals that you have set down, and I see you with your little notebook having all of these goals, checking them off one by one. Like, you're gonna meet them. You've already met them. Okay. I actually think you need to ease up on your fixation on your goals, because I think it's draining you a lot. And other people see that as well. Like, if you're worried about other people seeing you as someone who is serious about their goals, don't worry, honey, because they do see you as someone who is serious about your goals. Okay. I think that this reading was just extra confirmation that you are in the alignment that you want to be in. Okay. And I know it's really hard, especially during this time, like, to see that within ourselves, because I don't know what's going on outside in the world. I mean, I do because of the news, but the news lies, but it's going to be okay. Let's all take a collective breath. All right. And drop those shoulders, stretch it out a little bit, pat ourselves on the back, and let's give ourselves a nice hug. Okay. Hug yourself. So warm. I love self hugs. Okay. You've done so much work to get here. Other people see you. If someone's a mother in this deck, if you're a mother, your kids are so proud of you and they really do look up to you. Okay. But things are going to be all right, okay? So this is what I have for you, my love bug. Thank you so much for listening to this reading. I give personal readings. I don't reach out to you first. If someone reaches out to you, you have my permission to call the feds on them. I do not care. They're so annoying. But the only way to get a reading from me is through my Etsy. I hope that you have a great day, my loves. And talk to you later. Bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. Sorry about that in the beginning. My phone glitched a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and see what your current reputation is. All right. We're also going to see, the positive things, obviously. But if there's something that's negative that's coming up, a warning or something, I'm not going to lie. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. So that card popped out fast. The Death card. All right, so I need a clarifier for that, because that can mean anything right now. Death and Justice. Okay, the Justice card is loving to pop out today. I think a lot of you are seen as somebody who has kind of, and I'm going to explain this, but you kind of like gone to the dark side a little bit, in the sense that I feel like you are more settled in with your shadow self now, and other people are seeing it. So I feel like beforehand, like maybe you used to let people walk all over you, or maybe that you were a little bit just more, I don't want to say shy, but you didn't want to stand up for yourself that much. And I see that people are kind of viewing you as someone who no longer does that. Like, you're the type of person, like, even if it's something tiny, like you get overcharged at the cash register. That's not even tiny in this day and age, but like something like that, like a smaller thing, like you're still going to stand up for yourself and be like, you know what, this isn't what I got, or this isn't, you know, what I'm going to take. Okay. So people see you as someone who's like, throat chakra is getting stronger. All right. You could have had a physical transformation as well. I see something like maybe you are starting to dress a bit different. I'm seeing kind of like maybe dressing like darker or way more heavy makeup. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like Rihanna's glow up, like good girl gone bad type of vibes here. A lot of, it's like some of you could have grown up really religious, okay, and you kind of like broke away from that, and kind of like discovered spirituality, which we're not anti-Christian, we're not anti any belief that you want to believe, as long as it's not harming anyone. Right? So, but I feel like you felt like whatever religion you originally grew up with, it wasn't for you, so you kind of walked away from that. Okay, let's keep going. You have Ten of Cups reversed with the Knight of Wands reversed. You might have a lot of quarrels with your family. All right. People could see you as someone who didn't have the best upbringing. I mean, a lot of us didn't, but I see like yours in particular was a bit more difficult to digest. Okay, a little bit more difficult. So people kind of see you as someone who's overcome that in a lot of ways. Like, you definitely aren't your family. You're very different from your family. You might have kind of felt like Matilda growing up, all right, where you felt like you kind of had to make the change in the family, or just kind of break away from that. I keep hearing Breaking Bad. I don't know why, but you kind of broke away from, or what is that one show, Breaking Amish? So like you're breaking out of something, or you've broken out of something rather. The Lover's card combined with the Three of Pentacles. I feel like you're also seen as someone who is going after their career goals, okay? Even if they seem a little difficult. For some of you, you are in a very challenging field. And maybe you don't fit the status quo of everyone else in the field, right? Like, maybe you look different or have a different aesthetic. I'm thinking of that one woman on CSI Miami, I think it was. She has like the goth look to her, but she's like a doctor or something. Or not doctor. She does forensic or whatever they do on that show. Like, you know, like you might be a nurse who, I don't know, I'm going to think of something random, has bright green hair, okay? So maybe you break dress code, okay? It's like, it's something like you're kind of looked at as a person who's like going against the grain a lot of the times. And you don't do it for attention. You just do it because this is like your form of self-expression. And that's admirable, all right? You have the Ace of Cups with the Star card here. You pour into yourself, okay? You understand that the more you provide for yourself, the more that you give yourself, the time, care, and love, the more that that will come back to you, okay? People also see you as kind of like a nurturing type of person, all right? Like, I'm picturing someone who, you know, like, I don't want to be cliche, but like the Sig moms who, you know, they sit there and they like smoke with you and they like tell you the stuff that you might not necessarily want to hear, but you know, you have to hear it, and they do it with like humor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of see that. Like, people feel like they can kind of come to you. I keep hearing therapists. Some of y'all might want to be a therapist, or people might, you know, accidentally use you as their therapist because you're so good at saying the right thing at the right time. Okay. And some people like actually envy you for that. Like, some people actually kind of envy your talent for just knowing exactly what to say. And you don't say much either. Like, I feel like you are, excuse me, confirmation birth. I I have ginger in my tea, which is why I'm burping so much today. But I feel like you are just very firm with what you say and you think out what you say. And so when it's said, it sounds good. And some people envy that. Okay, you have a really powerful speech. Okay, however you say things, it's very strong. Speaking of truth and honesty, let's get some soulflower cards. Okay. You have yarrow, which is boundaries. Stability, which is chamomile, and milk thistle, which is forgiveness. Yeah. I feel like you're the type of person, like, you're not going to say things twice. Like, you know, people have that respect for you, okay? You're known as someone who is very worthy of respect, all right? And, you know, I think everyone deserves the basic level of respect, but some people, you know, they go around here and they do awful things, or they're immature and this and that, and it's like that respect gets taken away from them, and that's understandable. You're the type of person people want to give you more respect because you, again, pour into yourself and you respect other people's energy, and in return, they're doing that back to you, okay? Very grounded, very, you know, you're the type of person who's going to think before you leap. All right. You're really going to think things out and plan things out. Again, I feel like you might be the firstborn, okay? Or you just had to grow up really, really early. But there's this sense of, okay, I can trust group number 3 with whatever task I give them for the most part because I know that they're going to handle it right. Page of Wands energy, okay? Yeah. It's like you're really good at evaluating, okay? So at your job, okay, if you're employed, like, people definitely see you as someone who examines things thoroughly, okay? You might be the final check on something, okay? The last examining eyes before it goes out to the public or before a final decision is made about it, okay? Which is a lot of power that you realize, which is why I think you're so tedious with how you say things and the input that you give, okay? Ooh, my back is hurting now. My neck was hurting earlier. Woo, now my back hurting. So you have change, which is butterfly, twin jet, okay, constellation, all right, and the number is 35, or nebula, rather, okay. Yeah, so a lot of transformation. Yeah, you're two completely different people. And some people are grieving the old version of you, okay? This is something that we have to understand, all right? Like, we're always going to disappoint somebody. No matter what decision you make, you're going to be disappointing somebody. So people might often tell you, like, oh, I miss when you were in this era. I miss when you were in that era. And obviously, we should listen to advice, okay, and take that into consideration. But like I always tell people on my TikTok, like, you're the only person who has to stay to your season finale. So if you don't like how the show is going, okay, especially if you're not, you know, in charge of someone like kids or whatever, like, you're allowed to take it into a different direction. Okay, like, you're allowed to say, like, I don't like the direction that this ship is going in, and you're allowed to turn it around, okay? Always remember that you can steer your own ship because you can. Right? And you especially want to do this early on in life before, you know, you have kids and stuff. If you want kids, if you don't, you know, more power to you. I don't either. But, like, never live for other people. Like, there's so many people who live for other people and they're older and they look back on their life and they're like, I wish I wouldn't have lived for everyone else because now my life was for everyone else instead of me. I kind of went into a trance when I said that. All right. You have the Chariot card here, okay? That card keeps flipping around too. So the Chariot, which is like fast energy, and then the Ace of Pentacles. It's kind of like I saw like a tiger who had his eyes set on something. People could kind of see you as that type of person. So you could be seen as competition to a lot of people. I think people are also seeing you as the type of person who you get things done really fast. Like, you're the type of person who could have finished their work so early in class, and you have that teacher who was like, make sure you look it over, and you were like, I did look it over and I'm still done early. People will just try you sometimes, but like, you are who you say you are about what you say you're about, okay? And you definitely show that. So there's something with speed, okay, like a cheetah, all right. You might walk fast, or you just naturally just move faster than other people, and people get intimidated by that, especially if they move slower. I'm a person who moves really slow, okay. I talk fast, move slow. And I'm not envious of someone who moves faster. You do you, honey. I'm sloth over here. But yeah, you might move fast, and that's intimidating to other people. I feel like this is my nurse deck. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of nurses in here, or you're heavy and involved in healthcare. Okay, so you might have to move fast. Okay, you could also be a waiter or waitress, or have that type of job, something where you're up on your feet a lot. Okay, and people look to you to be accurate within your decisions. Okay, I know you could be like, well, waitressing, that's not accurate, or people don't rely on you. People rely on you to give them their food and get their order correct. Okay, we shouldn't downplay people's job just because it's seen as less than in society. Like, we want our food, don't we? Just like we want our health care. This hierarchy of things, it's awful. We have the Queen of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. Your cards keep flipping. Are y'all good? And then you have the Tower. What I mean by flipping is like they're dancing a little bit. So that's very confusing. Queen of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. Let's read those two together first. So the Knight of Pentacles, he's the slowest in the deck. Okay, Queen of Wands. There we go. So people might feel intimidated with you at work or different jobs and stuff, because they feel like because you move so fast, you expect that of them. Okay, and the thing is, you don't. So people might try to rush to get things done for you when they really don't have to. All right, they might feel like they have to rush to get things done for you, and you might even be telling people like, hey, like, take your time. It's like, but they don't believe that because you get things done so fast. I need a clarifier with this Tower card because that's very confusing to me right now. The Judgment. Yeah. People feel like you might judge them a lot. I'll just be honest here. People feel like you might judge them a lot, and I feel like that's just them projecting their own insecurities onto you. Okay, I want to get some oracle cards, all right, because we've gotten a lot of tarot cards for this deck. All right, let's see what you get. Sorry for tapping the mic like that. Are one of my cards situated wrong? Okay, we have Vision, which is gateway. Again, the type of person who has a vision and they just go after it. They just it reminds me of I finally decided where I want to move to when I can move one day. And I'm like, okay, let's go, let's do it. You're the type of person, when that idea comes to you and it makes sense and it's logical, you go for it. All right, people talk about you because of that in good ways. Like, the person's going to get it done, and you get it done earlier than people say that you're going to get it done. Okay, choices, which is alchemy. You're known for making good choices, all right, which is kind of what I've been saying. Like, you're known for being able to assess a situation and make a logical and reasonable decision, and people look to you for that, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself, okay, which is probably why we had that Judgment card come out, because I feel like you might critique yourself a little bit too much. There's a lot of just earth energy in these decks today, but you could be highly critical of yourself, and that's something to make sure that you are looking out for, because if we harshly critique ourselves and we have other people who are envious of us and they say things, it's really easy to take those things to heart. Okay, it's really easy to let our protection down and just let things run amok. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen to you, group number 3. I honestly feel like you're a very controlled deck. I really do. I'm not just... Ooh, burp. Excuse me. I'm not just saying that, okay? But yeah, let's get some more of these oracle cards. Your brain might move faster than your body. Like, you move fast, but your brain might move faster. I just heard that too. Bear with me. Okay, there we go. You have the witch doctor, which is wisdom. Yeah. Like, you know the movie Divergent? People could look at you as like erudite. Like, you could be in a role. I never know who I have listening. You could be in a role where you're a big decision maker, like I said, and you just hold so much wisdom. I also feel like you're a person who's also seeking more wisdom, and you're also looking to critique your own beliefs of things. I love people like that. They just gave me the chills. Like, people who are all like so intelligent, but they're always looking to prove themselves wrong to learn more. Ooh, I'm sorry. Let me calm myself down. That's just such an attractive trait. And you have that because it's come out a billion times in this deck, or in this group rather. But yes. Do I want to pull more cards? I want to pull one more card. I want to pull a Soul Flower card, and then we're going to wrap this up. Okay. Okay, integration, which is mugwort. Mugwort is so powerful. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to read the card to you. There is a rhythm and balance to all life, a dance between physical reality and the spiritual world. Mugwort opens and expands our consciousness to embrace all that you are, light and dark, body and spirit, helping you to integrate aspects of your multidimensional consciousness into your everyday practical life. Yeah, you might be seen as a person who is a bit skeptical about spiritual things. Even if you're listening to this, reading, you could be a person who's a bit skeptical. You could be like, well, this isn't based in this and that and this and that. So I think people do critique you a little bit with that. They're like, this person is so like, sometimes you can be overly logical, okay? And, if you're on a spiritual journey, which you don't have to be, okay? Even if you're listening to this, you're not required to do anything. But that's something you might want to think about. Like, how can you should always stay grounded, because if you're not grounded, that can be very, very dangerous. But how can you open and expand yourself a little bit more, expand your consciousness to help? And, herbs help us. Like mugwort, you might want to get some mugwort. Be very, 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 very careful. Mugwort is extremely potent. I say that as I toot on some mugwort today. But mugwort is very potent. So if you're going to take it, be cautious. Make sure you consult. Make sure if you're sensitive to things, maybe not take it. Okay? I don't want anyone ending up anywhere. I said one more and I'm pulling another one. Bee Balm, which is vibrance. Okay, add some spark to your life. Bee Balm encourages you to let go of inhibitions, cut loose, be passionate, and sing your song at the top of your lungs without judgment. Yes, you need to open up and loosen up a little bit more. But this is what I have for you, my love bugs. I hope that this reading resonated. I do give personal readings on Etsy, okay? Please don't get scammed by these people hopping in your DMs as me. Call the feds. I do not care. But yes, I hope that this reading resonated, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.